Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Today, I will continue the sixth episode from the book Why I Am an Atheist, a series of lectures written by Madeleine Murray Hoyer, an American activist. Now into the sixth episode. Incidentally, when we talk of God, everyone, including myself, and keeps saying He. This reminds me of the joke which went around when Yuri Gagarin first flew around the world. It seems that a southern newspaper correspondent talked to him to question him about his flight, and the correspondent asked Yuri if he had seen God out in space. Gagarin said that no one had ever asked him this before. The southern gentleman pressed on to answer, so Gagarin told him to brace himself, and then he answered, "Yes, I saw God, and first of all, she is a Negro." But to get back into who caused God, whether God is a she or he, and if he or she is Mongoloid, Negroid, or Caucasian. In the cosmological argument, the theorist cannot solve his dilemma by postulating an uncaused first cause. The second argument, the teleological argument, has as its general thesis this wonderful word story. As we look into the world around us, we observe an order and a design which makes the assumption of a planning intelligence unavoidable. Look at the stars. The moon comes up every night. Look at the plants, the seasons. There must have been a planning intelligence behind this. Well, this teleological view lies upon to such easy attack that the modern theologians avoid it. What very little evidence there is of purpose in this world is overwhelmed by the conspicuous lack of benevolent purpose. The most unprejudiced mind can only allow that the universe appears indifferent to the life that swarms over it. Surely, only an evil deity smiles on his disease, earthquake, defective children, floods, hurricanes, droughts, sickness, polio. The teleological argument is worthless. The ontological argument is the chief hope of the theologians. Now, this holds that the existence of God is implied by this very nature. The concept of God is the concept of a perfect thing, and since we can formulate the concept of perfection, it must be. And come on now, actually, it is impossible to prove existence merely by the process of definition. For instance, if we decide to define or describe a little grown elf, leprechaun, or a minion in great detail, we cannot by the process of definition bring the gnome, elf, leprechaun, or manahome into actual existence. The ontological argument is worthless. Recently, two other arguments have been presented. One is the moral argument that goodness, justice, truth, love, and wisdom flow from God. Since this leaves unsolved the problem of badness, injustice, untruth, hate, and folly, this argument fails. After all, if God is omnipotent, omniscience, omnipresent, and omnibenevolent, that is, all powerful, all knowing, all good, and everywhere present, how could he permit something evil? If he permits this, then he couldn't be all powerful, and this argument fails. The second of the two most recent arguments is the pragmatic argument, and this asks us, does it work? Is mankind advanced or retarded by faith in a God? Well, if history, with the crimes of the Inquisition, with the Crusades, with all the religious wars, if this does not answer the question, we could demolish it by asking if a belief in Santa Claus would not do just as well. Religion has caused more misery to all men in every single state of history than any other single idea. Alright, you say you don't like the arguments for God, but the Bible is still the greatest book of this world. It is good and it is true. Well, I say, like hell it is. It is a poor literature, poor history, and poor ethics, and all in all, it has nothing to recommend it. The Bible is so unimportant that we hardly need to look at it here. I haven't thought about it until I said it just then. It is so unimportant that few people even read it. Do you read it in your home? Most of the time, people just accept the granted that the Bible is an important book. This isn't so. Beginning in Genesis, where there are two different stories of creation, and going clear through the Old Testament, one finds nothing but hatred, vengeance, cruelty, oppression, deprivation. It is a perfectly horrible book. You don't need to take any word for it. Just go and read it once. Do you honestly believe that story about Noah's Ark, or the Red Sea parting, or Eve being made out of Adam's rib, or the sun standing still, or Jonah and the whale? We all know that these were all tall tales told in the age of ignorance and superstition, told at a time when men were fumbling for answers and when they did not have the resources and the knowledge we have now. The story is a little pitiful. There is no beauty or love or understanding. Literally, thousands of persons have written finer things, had better ideas. I would not trade one Madame Curie or one Einstein or one Lincoln for 10,000 Bible characters who could not stiff at the boots of the great men and women who have labored for mankind. Ha! But you say again, that was the Old Testament. The New Testament is indifferent. Oh, you can bet your life that it is. It's worse. You can yourself recount all the theories of it when it was written, for there are multiple upon multiple these theories. But casually glancing through it, the large problems of internal evidence are sufficient to discredit. Why were there two genealogies of Christ, both quite different and traced through Joseph to prove his descendancy from David? Joseph was not even his father. The Holy Ghost was. Jesus did not descend from David. Why are there two versions of the Sermon on the Mount? Why can no one agree as to what Christ's last words were? When was he born? And those observed miracles again. There is constantly the total problems of synoptics. And from here, we shall continue in the next episode. Thank you.
Please download Samaram multi-channel app and watch your favorite channels from your mobile. App available on Google Play Store and subscribe to the channels. For more videos, please subscribe to this channel Positive Atheism and activate the bell icon.